Hi guys, Helen the Russian here, and I'm wearing my cute little Chihuahua t-shirt, of which I'm very proud. Got it at the Macy's kids department yesterday and managed to fit into it, so very happy. Anyhow, this video is about Chihuahua in a way. Let me preface this by saying there is a little backstory to this. I've always been a dog person, absolutely love dogs, all shapes, sizes and breeds, but my favorites are small breeds. So I always had either miniature Dachshunds or I had a Chihuahua at one point. That was when I lived in New Zealand. So several Dachshunds. At one point there was a Beagle, the smaller size Beagle, and then there was a Chihuahua. Ultimately, when I left US to go to New Zealand, I had to rehome my Dachshund and Beagle. I gave them to really nice people who really wanted them and loved them. And Chihuahua, I had in New Zealand for a few years, and then I started traveling quite extensively. We're talking 4 to 6 weeks at a time overseas. And so at first I was asking my friends to look after my dog. His name was Chester. But it's not really cool putting that kind of burden on your friends, and they wouldn't take money because they were friends, but yeah, it was getting a bit uncomfortable. And so I rehomed my Chester. He is doing good work. So I originally gave him to a friend of mine. She is a woman, she's 62, she's a seamstress, she stays at home all day, she loves dogs, she has 2 of her own. And so she is there all day to look after the dogs. Dogs have someone else to play with, other dogs and people who come through. They all love dogs, so it was good. And then ultimately, she actually gave Chester to a friend of hers whose husband passed away. And that woman was very lonely, and Margaret was really concerned for her mental well-being. So she gave her Chester, and by all accounts, Chester just changed that woman's life. So my puppy is doing good works. He's all right. He traded up really, all things concerned. So anyhow, at this stage, I can't have dogs. I live in a condo that the entire thing is the second level, because the first level is all garages. So all the condos are on the second level. There is no one on the top of me, but that doesn't really make it any easier for the doggy. So it's a 2-bedroom condo with a really tiny balcony, so the doggy has no place to go really, and I am unfortunately away from the house quite a lot due to the work that I do. I'm interior design and professional organizer, and of course I drive for Lyft and Uber in my spare time, and I'm quite active with few other things, so I'm not at home at all. So it's not fair for the puppy. I mean, I really want one, but I don't want to be selfish. Of course, doggies love you unconditionally, and they're so happy when you come home, but he'll be alone all day long, and it's not okay. Not even a backyard for him or her to play in. So the other day I had these passengers, I think they were Uber passengers, and they told me the cutest little story. They said that they got, I think, Uber or Lyft, see, I can't remember which platform they used prior, coming from the airport, and apparently a driver had a little doggy on his lap, and it was a little Chihuahua, and he made a joke because they chose Lyft. It must have been Lyft because they chose Lyft line, and he said, well, that's who you're sharing your ride with, this is my doggy. And he told them a little story. He said, you know, puppy has separation anxiety, and on that day there was no one else at home. I think his wife had to be away, and so he just felt he needed to bring doggy in with him. Passengers loved it. They thought it was really cool. They got to pet the puppy. And then when you think about it, like, I'm not really sure it really applies, but you know how we all have to take in emotional and service support dogs and service dogs in the cars, which I love to do even if it wasn't the law, but we have to, it's the law. Well, it goes in reverse as well. If the driver has emotional support dog, then he should be able to bring it in the car, don't you think? Anyhow, if I don't know if that driver will ever see this video, I'm gonna put enough Las Vegas Uber and Lyft tags on it that hopefully he will. I really want to meet your doggy. Please, please, please. And I also will sit your doggy if I'll find the time. If you find yourself in a situation like you described to your passengers, that there is no one to leave your doggy with, I'll happily sit your doggy. I don't want any money. I'll do it for free. I'll for a couple 3 hours or whatever is needed, and I'll entertain him. I live in Green Valley, really close to Sunset Park, so I'll take him to the park. And weather is gorgeous right now. We'll play. Also, my close friend, she has a dog fostering. Well, I'm gonna call it company, but it's her own thing. She spends her money on it. It's called Forgotten, so you get the pun, dog rescue. And she's a dog groomer herself, and she has a nice grooming shop on Blue Diamond, and there are other doggies. She does a doggy daycare as well, so there's plenty of puppies for the doggy to play with. And I'll spoil you, doggy rotten. I really will. I miss having a doggy. I really wish I could have one. But maybe next year. I'm thinking maybe I'll just get a house that has a backyard, and it'll be easier. And because I do have friends that can pop in, and plus there is rover service, you can have someone come and look into your dog. But main thing is for dog to have a nice backyard to go out, and the house obviously is bigger. My condo is not that small, but still it's not a house, it's on the second floor. So hopefully. And as far as the message on the t-shirt, it says, yeah, it is my Halloween costume. It's actually, I was so happy to find this, not only because of the little chihuahua thing, but I'm gonna be wearing this on Halloween. I really will be, because when I came to US from Russia, that was many years ago, we didn't celebrate Halloween in Russia back then, and I just couldn't get that holiday. I still can't. I understand the concept. I thought so. Please don't try to explain to me. I know exactly what it is, but I just can't wrap my head around it. Sorry, it's just not the holiday I ever celebrate. No, I don't. Probably because I don't have kids. That didn't help that. I just can't get behind it. So I don't celebrate it. I don't give out candy. I was absolutely overjoyed to hear Kevin, the entrepreneur, saying that apparently Halloween is really big day for Uber and Lyft, meaning you're making good money. Fantastic. That's what I'll be doing. I'm gonna turn all the lights off at home, close the doors. I have a security metal one as well. And I'm gonna go driving and hopefully make shitload of money, and everybody's gonna be happy. Anyhow, say bye to my doggy. I'm gonna name him Chester as well. Have a nice one.